All right, my GCSE lovelies, if synapse is something that confuses you, don't worry, you're not alone. This is one of those topics where students lose easy marks, but after this, you won't. So make sure to sign up, sign in, subscribe, whatever you call it, to my YouTube channel. Thank you. So let's start simple. A synapse is basically tiny gaps between two neurons, and when I say tiny, they are microscopic, like blink and you miss it, tiny. Now, here's the important bit. Electrical signals cannot jump across this gap. So what does the body do? It switches strategy. Instead of using electricity, it uses chemicals, which are called neurotransmitters. So the process is electrical signal, chemical signal, back to electrical again. Think of it like sending a message. Inside the neurons, it's like texting, fast and electrical. But at the synapse, it's like throwing a paper note across a gap and hoping that the other side catches it. And that's why synapses are important, because they allow communication between neurons. Exam tip is, if a question asks you what synapse is, you make sure you say it's the junction between neurons where signals are transmitted chemically. That wording matters. Now let's see this part where people either get full marks or completely panic. This is actually just a sequence, and if you remember the order, you are sorted. Step 1 is an electric impulse arrives at the end of the presynaptic neuron. This causes the neurotransmitters to be released. That's the synaptic cleft. That's the tiny gap. Step 3 is neurotransmitters diffuse across the gap. Fancy word, simple meaning, they just spread out from higher concentration to lower concentration. I hope this makes sense. Step number 4 is they bind to the receptors on the post-synaptic neurons. And finally, step 5, this triggers a new electric impulse and the next neuron. Boom, signal passed on. So here's the trick to remember it. Arrive, release, diffuse, bind, trigger. So if you can write that in order in the exam, you're basically done. You're basically securing those marks. Common mistake is people forget receptors, but that's the key marking. No receptors, no marks. So why does this actually matter? The first thing is synapses make sure signal only travels in one direction. Why? Because neurotransmitters are only released from one side and receptors are only on the other. It's like one-way street, no reversing. Second, they help control and coordination. Your brain can decide whether or not to pass on a signal. So not every impulse gets through. What kind of Well, it's kind of important, otherwise your body will just be in chaos. And third is synapses are involved in reflexes. Now here's the higher tier detail. Synapses actually slow things down slightly because diffusion takes time. So compared to electrical signals or transmissions, they're a bit slower, but way more flexible. An exam tip here is, if a question asks you to explain synapses in 4 to 5 marks, always describe the sequence and mention diffusion, big words, throw in like a receptor or a diffusion. That's what hits your full mark. If you can explain synapses like this, you're already ahead of most students. And next up, we can break this into perfect exam style question, which you can memorize. So if you find this useful, please give a subscribe to my channel, which allows me to make more useful videos for you. Thank you.